Welcome back, everyone. Next, we are heading to Phoenix, Arizona for a hot and spicy coast-to-coast hometown barbecue dish that you do not want to miss. Here with his, hopefully I get this right, here with his Pollo Asado Rojo Wings is Brad Prose from Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome, Brad.
Yeah.
How's it going out there in Arizona? How'd I do with that?
You did great. That was perfect. And it's nice and sunny here. It's about 7:45, so it's not too brutal yet. Give it a couple hours.
And so, Brad, you've been home there working since March and cooking. Is cooking a way that you sort of you relax and you unwind?
Yeah, it's a good creative outlet. I can involve the kids. I started doing it more because, as you probably know, barbecue can take a really long time. So while I'm at home, I can come into it. Started writing a lot of recipes, made a little website, chilisandsmoke.com, and I put stuff there. It's just been a lot of fun for the family and my friends.
Okay, so ever since we started the show and said the word wings, my stomach has been speaking to me. So let's get started. Let's get into this. Tell us about the wings, what inspired this dish for you, Brad?
Yeah, so I wanted to create a new recipe that could pair well with like a summer beer or like a light wine, like a Riesling. And I'm inspired by Mexican flavors. My favorite tacos are al pastor. So I wanted to kind of use some of those flavors, but kick it up a notch with some fresh chipotles. So that's really how I came into all of this.
Oh, it sounds so good. Okay, so what about the spice? How spicy are they?
It's actually not too spicy. So I can go through the ingredients here. What it is it's actually pretty robust because it's got a lot of garlic. There's 6 cloves of garlic. And then you've got the achiote paste. This is actually pretty thick. It's actually really fruity chilies, and that makes it not so spicy. And then what makes it spicy is the fresh chipotles. Now, this is where you can definitely use less or use some chili powder if you didn't want it as hot. And what you do is you cook this in a pan. I'm outside, so I'm just going to show you for effect. You cook this in a pan and let it simmer so that the achiote, because it's very clumpy, will kind of melt down and create a really thick paste. And that's kind of the base of, I guess you could call an adobo.
Brad, you use a bittersweet sauce?
The achiote paste is actually kind of bitter, especially when you start cooking it. So you want to be careful when you're cooking it. Just cook it really low until it all incorporates together.
And what about the bitter sour orange juice?
I'll get to that. So let's say we're putting the paste in the blender. What we'll be doing is using this bitter orange juice. So these are unique to Central America. What you can do to substitute this is about half and half with lime juice and orange juice, because not everybody can access it. You can buy it online, though. It's got a unique sour orange flavor, and it's a little floral. So it is a little hard to match exactly, but lime and orange juice works well.
Okay, while you pour that, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to finish the Pollo Asado Rojo Wings.
We are back with Brad Prose out in Phoenix, Arizona, who is showing us how to make the most delicious, spicy wings. But before we get back to the grill, we got to talk about your kids going back to school this week. Tell us what's going on at home with you guys in the Prose household.
Yeah, thanks for asking. My oldest is in 2nd grade now, and mine yesterday was his first day back to school. And my wife's actually a school teacher, so we've got 2 people online at home. It's working, you know, there's bumps, but I'm just really glad that my kid gets to interact with the school again, because he really missed his friends.
Do your kids like these wings?
No, too spicy for them. These are Dada wings.
Okay, so let's get back to the Dada wings. So you put the wings on the smoker. Now, where are we? What do we do?
So I just pulled these ones off. And what I can do now is I'll just baste them. So after I blended that sauce up, I had put the wings in the marinade for about 2 hours. Then I smoked them. But I left a little bit of that sauce on the side so I can baste them. And what this does is there's some sugar in that marinade, so it kind of crisps them up a little bit more. And then all I have to do is throw these back on the grill at high and just get a char and then you get that nice caramelized crust on them, and they look and smell just amazing at that point. So
how many, Brad,
so I can pop these back in.
Sitting?
Oh gosh, I don't know, at least about 14 without feeling guilty.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can get up to 25, so that would be a fun. Yeah, that'd be a fun evening, wouldn't it? And you pair it with wine too?
Yes, Riesling is what I like to use. Otherwise, a light beer works really well too for those that don't like wine.
Sounds great. I mean, those look so delicious. The bummer, Elaine, is that we can't taste. If we were in the studio, we could taste all this stuff.
I know this is such a tease, but I have to say, I think I'll just have to have a little glass of wine after the show just to kind of imagine myself there with you. And I have to say, I'm very inspired. I'm one of the newbie bakers that just started cooking and baking and haven't attempted grilling during the quarantine, but now I think I might, because this recipe sounds very intriguing.
Well, anything else that can get you another glass of wine too, you know? So I do have the finished ones here. I like to finish them with some cilantro and lime juice, and there we go.
Look at that char. Beautiful. Brad, thank you so much for sharing your recipe, and good luck to you and the kids with the start of school, my friend.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Have a great one.
Okay, you too. Enjoy. Oh, lucky. And you can get that recipe up at kellyandryan.com.